Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifters sorta crept in under the racing game community radar. Unlike previous Fast and Furious games based on the movies, this one drew its inspiration from the popular, much lighter-toned Netflix animated series. Now, while the Netflix series has been a clear winner now on its 5th season, let's find out if this racing game spin-off is worth your time or money, depending on which is more important to you. Straight off the starting line, this is the first video game inspired by the popular Netflix original series. So it's not your typical racing game. This is combat racing. Relying on speed won't be enough to get you that win. You'll have a total of 15 spy gear weapons at your disposal, but you'll have to be tactful about when, where, and how you use these weapons to beat your rivals, including those on your team. This makes winning even more challenging, simply because being in the lead not only increases your chances of crossing the finish line first, it also puts a target on your back, so watch out. The Spy Tournament is the story mode that offers both single player and co-op gameplay. The challenge is to beat 5 missions in 5 main locations with a total of 16 races leading up to a final boss race inside a simulation of all places. You get to select one spy racer for each mission. This allows you to do each mission with a different car, driver, and special ability unique to your chosen driver. Quick Race allows you to select a total of 17 races, up to 7 AI racers, and a maximum of 5 laps per race. It's also where you get to race as a villain, once you've unlocked their cars using the in-game currency earned from winning races, that is. Multiplayer features split screen and online play to take that fun even further, challenging your friends or rivals across the room or across the world. You control the cars as you would expect. Acceleration, braking, and steering are all assigned to the industry standard buttons. You need to press the right stick to change between 2 camera views. Pressing the left or right shoulder buttons while turning will send your car into a drift, and the buttons under your right thumb will trigger your weapons. With that said, all the cars feel pretty much the same, heavy and stubborn while turning. Even while boosting, the speedometer and the sense of speed on screen seem off, and I often find myself comparing it to a mobile game rather than a console title. The overall graphics could also be compared to a mobile game as well. The cars and the character models look identical to the TV series, but that's about it. Weather effects are pretty much non-existent. It's either midday or sunrise, but it's always daytime. Effects like tire smoke, dust, mud, and water could all use a much needed boost, and the dozen or so NPCs at the starting line or finish line only add to the disappointment. I found myself quite uninspired by all 17 locations, to be honest. They were all plagued by low-res textures and models, subpar lighting, and it generally failed to give me that sense of immersion I want from a console racing title. All things considered, the HQ looked pretty interesting enough. You can spend your in-game currency buying 7 new cars, additional skins for all 13 vehicles, music to enjoy while racing, stickers to decorate the HQ, and an assortment of accessories that you can add to the HQ, but you can't interact with them. It's pretty much all just for show. The sound design is an area where this game truly shines, however. The soundtrack was surprisingly good. I like that you could buy tracks to enjoy while racing or at the HQ. The music managed to keep me in the zone and made the overall racing experience that much better. Sadly, engine sounds were only slightly varied and didn't do much to differentiate the vehicles. On the other hand, you could tell which special weapon was triggered simply by the sound effect. This made it easier to react and deploy countermeasures to secure that win. Overall, I'd say the sound design and effects were a win for this game for sure. I managed to beat the Spy Tournament as a professional spy in roughly 2 hours of gameplay. So if you're looking for hours of combat racing fun, Quick Race and the multiplayer modes are your best bet. That being the case, The replay value is heavily dependent on how much you already enjoy the game playing solo and how many players will be interested in racing online. After about 4 hours of gameplay, there is literally nothing new to do or experience in this game, and that may very well mean it sits on the shelf much sooner than later. Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter leaves much to be desired as a console combat racing title. The popular franchise branding is enough to grab your attention, but only true fans of the Netflix series will readily look past its numerous shortcomings and hail it as a worthy addition to their racing game library. It's good and challenging fun, but falls short when compared to other racing titles with a similar price point. If you want to see all the cars in the game and their unique weapons, check out this video on screen. And for more racing game goodness, be sure to subscribe to Libberacing. Thanks for watching.